Yeah, I like this.
From a poor man's mentality, I do whatever's clever, obtain the better cheddar to increase my salary. Lavishly, the status I got to have it, the cabbage turns me into a savage. Mouth shut, peripheral, crystal clear. It's $12 million every fiscal year. Dirty fiscals here, getting a profit to accomplish. I get it and split it with my thugs out accomplish. The quest of dead white political people will lead you to turn your whole life illegal, deceive you. Cause money is the root of all evil, and they don't ever allow it to believe things
Homie TzFrank, what's good, man? You say you think a mom is washed. You got a whole lot of fight left in him, bro. You got a whole lot of fight left in him. You know what I'm saying? Boy, how you say, "I walk go on me, boy." Hold on, I didn't know you was yardy, homeboy. Bless up right back to you. Checking in on behalf of the LDBC and Block fam. Bless up for sure. Right back. You know what I'm saying? But them just trying to check out this little old new features and shit. Shit kind of live, huh? Anyway, shout out to the LDBC, man. First and foremost, that's one thing I always forget to say. You know what I'm saying? I always forget to show love, and they show me love daily. So first and foremost, shout out to the LDBC for sure. Let me go ahead and get this video in. I went live because I didn't want to take the time to have to upload. So let me go ahead and start, man. Amir Imam signs a multi-year pact with Top Rank Boxing, Top Rank Promotions, however you want to call it. Everybody knows about Bob Arum. Been around the sport a lot of years. Promoted a lot of fighters from Hagler to Leonard to Ali to De La Hoya to Mayweather. I mean, the names are endless for the fighters that he dealt with. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to TzFrank, man. Appreciate the love, family. Appreciate the love, man. So, first things first, Amir Imam is a guy. I don't know that the homie Fair Shake Boxing, one of the old schoolers. He was real high on when he was a prospect. You know what I'm saying? And shoot, Amir Imam was with Don King at one time. You know what I'm saying? And there was a time where he was on, Showbox. He was getting fights on a regular, and that is before basically Don King Promotions has been basically pushed out of the sport of boxing as he has no dates. And because he has no dates, it's hard for him to secure venues and, just the capital necessary to put on big fights. And the networks are not interested in dealing with him. I don't know if it is because of his history or, if he just burnt so many bridges or if just the who's who in boxing in terms of the suits have come together and been collectively trying to get this guy out of boxing. Hyphy say he been wondering what's up with him since the Ramirez L. You talking about Imam, huh? Well, I know for sure not Bob Arum. I know for sure that Don King couldn't get no dates. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess he just waited out his contract, man. He said them vids of me bleeding blocks was hella funny. Man, I was lit, bro. I was lit. I had that ignorant oil in that glass, bro. And that's how I be when I move around on the weekend, bro. I don't be giving a damn. Taking all these chances and shit, knowing I'm tripping. But I just got through dealing with the fighters at the gym. So it was time to start moving around again, trying to dip in and out, hitting the scene, hit a couple of blocks, hit a couple of neighborhoods, and just see what was popping in the city, man. When I went back and looked at it, I was tripping myself out. I was just going in on shit. But it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Uh Nigga was hella throw. Hell yeah, I was throw, boy. I was thrown off. Gone. Anyway, man, before I get off topic, let me just get this Amir Imam shit out. So we signed a multi-year pack with Bob Arum, man. And that goes to show you that everybody we typically would like guys to be with PBC because PBC has a hold on the world of boxing right now, and it's easier for guys to get fights. It's easy to watch meaningful fights, competitive fights. But this is not a bad move, man, considering the fact that the who's who of the 140-pound division has been going through the hands of Bob Arum in the zone, and Bob Arum has no problem doing business with Eddie Hearn, and this is opportunity for him to rebuild himself. So, his last fight was against the recently unified 140-pound champion and Jose Carlos Ramirez. He took a L. That would be his second L, and right now he's sitting at like 22, 21-2, I think, with like 19 knockouts or something like that. So one thing we know about Amir Imam, he got stones in his hands. You know what I'm saying? So by the mere fact that he got game-changing power, he's an immediate threat, point blank, period. Now the thing about him is if you can get him hurt, you got a really good chance to beat him. And in these days, man, it seems like if you take a L, man, everybody just writes you off. In the history of the sport of boxing, 99.9% of the fighters that's ever fought in the history of this sport has taken an L. It's just this particular era, or the last era, that got so comfortable watching one or a few guys hold on to an undefeated streak. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's supposed to be expected out of all fighters, and it just don't happen like that. Some fighters, they take a lot of L's early in their career, one or more, and then they begin to hone their craft as a professional, and all of a sudden they become threats in this game. You know what I'm saying? So everybody just can't stay undefeated, especially when you fighting top competition in your weight. So he fought a guy who would go on to be world champion and go on to unify the division. So it's no bad thing that he took that. I mean, it's bad that you lose. Obviously, a fighter wants to win all the fights that he fights in, but it just don't go down like that. But if you're gonna fight and lose, you might as well lose to somebody who is, somebody in the sport and not some bum. And he lost to somebody who would unify, so that's not a bad L. He still can rebuild from that, and possibly line himself up for a possible title shot in the future with one of the champions if they don't unify. Homie TzFrank say Arab gonna put Amir Imam against Crawford. Watch. Well, I don't know how hard it is for Imam to make 140 pounds anymore. I have no idea. Right? I mean, he's a slender guy, you know what I'm saying? He, very wiry, kind of reminds you of a Tito Trinidad type of build. And when you look at him, he really don't look like much, and it makes you wonder, like, how the hell is this skinny dude generating all this damn power? You know what I'm saying? And everybody who sparred with him say the same thing. Even Paulie been in the ring with some of the big punchers in his era. You know what I'm saying? And he said Amir Imam power ranks up there with the Kodos, with everybody who he's fought who actually had power. So it's just a little subtleties in Amir Imam's game I think he need to work on, and I think more so than anything is the defense. If he can learn how to protect himself much better, especially when a guy has closed a distance on him, and figured out his offense, figure out the things that he's doing in the ring, and get a good read on him. He has to know how to defend, because if you can slide some big punches in there, you can get the upper hand on him And then, it's basically the beginning of the end, you know what I'm saying? But that's neither here or there. I think this is a good move for his career, man. He'll be able to get back on television, number one. Bob Arum is not hurting for dates, as he has the exclusive deal with ESPN and the ESPN Plus. He just don't have all the fighters that that people want to see, but he's continuing to add to his roster. I mean, he got fighters. Obviously, we want to see Crawford. We want to see Loma. We want to see Loma. We want to see all the guys at 140 because that's an exciting division. And I think Amir Imam fits right in that equation very well. And I think this actually throws a wrench in the plan because any of these guys can win the fights. When you got all these doggone good fighters in one division, it's not set in stone that your favorite fighter is the one that's going to win that thing. It ain't set in stone that Regis is going to win it all if they unify. It's not set in stone that Jose Carlos Ramirez is going to be undisputed. It's not set in stone that anybody going to win it. You know what I'm saying? So the more good fighters in the division that you got, the better. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to see all the top-notch fighters fight each other. Homie D-Style said, don't miss my puppet show tonight. For sure. I'm in that thing. I'll be tuning in. And everybody else, y'all should tune in too. Tonight, Eddie Hearn puppet show. You're going to take some more digs on him, huh? Speaking of digs, that's a good segue, man. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna switch up in a minute. Boy, Plot Strategize says, who's Amir's trainer at this time? I thought it was Stacy and McKinley at the last time I checked. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if he made a trainer change. But I know Stacy McKinley, or I know I'm probably saying this. No, this Stacy McKinley. I know he was real popular with Don King. That's a Don King guy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if he made a switch in trainers. He may still have the same trainer. I think maybe he got somebody else. It wouldn't be against all reason to think that he would switch trainers once he switched promotional companies. And we'll have to see what happens with that. But with Amir Imam back into the fold, we also hear about Broner trying to make a fight with Jose Carlos Ramirez. I saw a video. I think it was Setback. I'd be taking digs at Setback, but that boy be working. He just be asking those dumbass questions. But if he ever get them questions right and start really keeping up with the sport, and be able to ask great questions one after another and quit veering off into how much your shades cost and stuff like that, and what do you think about Pacquiao when you ain't in front of Pacquiao? If he can get that in order, he actually be pretty damn good, But Broner was talking to former world champion and trainer Mikey's big brother, Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia used to be a world champion back when Floyd was at 130 pounds as champion. Robert Garcia was champion in the IBF, at least until he ran into Corrales. And Garcia was taking digs at Broner. What's up, EJ? EJ Boxing Live. Long time, fam. So he was taking digs at Broner because what I said. Because Broner lost 3 times while facing Robert Garcia as the opposing trainer. Once against Mikey, one against Maidana. No. He's saying he lost twice. He said 3 times is going to be the charge. The fucking saying. 3 times the charm. And, they kind of going back and forth. And he was like, I'll see you if it happens. And Broner said it is gonna happen. So that's got me thinking, I was on the way home thinking, what if Al Heyman got something up his sleeve, man, and he's trying to put something together for Broner to fight and possibly get a title shot at 140. He said he's not campaigning at 144 no more, as there is no division for that catch weight, 144. You know what I'm saying? That's not a sanctioned weight. So he's dropping down to 140. And with Broner going back down to 140, which was a good weight for him, that also adds another top fighter into the mix, and it makes that particular division become one of the hotter divisions. All these damn divisions starting to heat up. KP from KC, what's up, fam? He said a mom will be fed to Bud. That's what the homie, who just said that shit? Oh, shit. Oh, that's what the homie, TzFrank just said, bro. And you know what? Both y'all probably right. Bud ain't got a motherfucker to fight. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got nobody to fight. Broner ain't gonna be the one fighting him, obviously. But I would not be surprised if Bud ends up fighting Amir Imam. Amir Imam against Terrence Crawford. No, that would, man, that'd be, I hope he don't do that shit. To be honest, man, y'all threw a monkey wrench at me there, right there, because I wasn't even expected to even think like that. On that note, EJ say, good move. It's about time. He should be a move up to 147. That's what I was thinking just a minute ago. I don't know how hard it is for him to make 40. He's not the biggest dude in terms of his mass. You know what I'm saying? He's a skinny, wiry dude. You know, like I said, I don't know how he generates the type of power that he generates. But if he could still make 140, there's still business there. That's a hot division. I don't think it'd be good for him to go up to 47. The only person he got to fight there is Bud and Benavidez's little brother. So it might as well stay right there at 40, man, where it's a whole lot of competition. You know, it's a round robin going on right now. You know, they're looking to unify the titles to get one champion at that weight. Excuse me. I think he should stay right where he is. And if possible, shit, maybe Broner can fit in that mix somehow. I'm hoping that Bob Arum and Al Heyman and, you know, the suits behind the scenes can finally get their act together and give us some of these damn good fights. Because when you throw Broner and Imam back into the scene at 140, that is a hot division. There is no reason for these fights not to happen at that weight. You know what I'm saying? KP from KC say, why go from one crook to another? Why go from one crook to another king to Arum? They all crooks. You said that, bro, and I said that shit for years, man, because a lot of fans used to come to the video or whatever, and come to the comments and always dogging Don King and stuff like that, not knowing the whole time that all promoters are digging in you. You know what I'm saying? They getting you. Point blank period. I mean, he was an old school crook. He got it how he got it. Don King did, but at the same time, when you put it in perspective, what did that boy Larry Holmes say when he retired? Or either when he retired or when he got voted into the Hall of, I think it was when he got voted into the Hall of Fame. Boy Larry Holmes said, I made more money with Don King robbing me than I made with any of these other promoters. So that's word from the legend himself. You know what I'm saying? And you know, not excusing it, you know, is never a good thing when a guy who's sitting ringside ain't taking no punishment from the fight, ain't taking no punishment from sparring, ain't doing no road work or any of the work necessary to be in a championship fight. There's no reason why a guy like that should be robbing a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no guarantee that the fighter health is going to be fully intact whenever he's done with the sport. So he gonna need all the money that he need, you know, just in case. It ain't like it's a pension in this thing like it is in football, you know. And football, it ain't always been a pension in football. You know what I'm saying? And plus, if you play 3 years in football, you still get your pension. I'm gonna have to ask Junior about that. I think you still get your pension, but it kicks in after another 30, 32, 35 years. You know what I'm saying? Boxing ain't got nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Imam, he doing was right for his career, man. I mean, yeah, King is he got over on these boys, but at least Arum, you know, he got the dates. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't gonna sign with the PBC, you might as well sign with another top-notch guy. And this particular top-notch guy is somebody in the States. So that it does him well, I think. I think this is not a bad move. He doesn't have the girth. He's too light for those guys. He definitely too light to move up in weight, I think. Amir sued Don King and Stacy McKinley. Stacy was his trainer and manager. Okay. Like I said, I knew Stacy McKinley is a Don King guy. It's not surprising that Amir Imam is suing Don King. Don King been sued more than Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? And, maybe it's for the best that he get pushed out of boxing, because if you're going to keep robbing fighters after all these years, man, you probably do need to go, man. I don't know the ins and outs about all those situations, but all these damn fighters ain't lying. You hitting some of them up, obviously. But anyway, I also wanted to talk about a little bit about Joshua, right? So Joshua, he going federally on Lennox. I'm not really feeling that. Number one, you're not on a level of Lennox. It ain't a guarantee that you'll ever be on the level of Lennox. Joshua, you're good though. You're good. I know everybody going in on you, but you're pretty good. You had to be good. You had to be good to be at the position you was at. And in fact, if you're not good, then the win for Ruiz meant nothing. It's meaningless. If you're not good, if Wilder knocks you out, it means nothing. So you obviously are good. You know what I'm saying? But you're not Lennox Lewis. And Lennox Lewis paved the way for you. Lennox Lewis is a legend. He retired as lineal champion. That's way on down the road for you, for Joshua. You know what I'm saying? And you only firing off on him because he criticized you. And that's what I don't get about a lot of these fighters, man. If you criticize them, I mean, all right, shoot your shot. You know what I'm saying? Say what you got to say. But a lot of them be taking it on the chin, and they be taking that shit so personally, man. And I'm like, if words hurt you, words should not be the determining factor for your hands, man. Words somebody say on the outside is not going to determine what happens in that ring. That ring going to sort them facts out. You got to learn how to ignore that shit and keep going, or use it as motivation. It's just like these fighters today. If you say something about you, I'm not giving you an interview. Who gives a fuck? I don't give a damn. I really don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, it is what it is. Ain't nobody gonna put no censor on my mouth. I don't give a damn. Ashy Knuckles gonna say what he gonna say. And that's point blank, period. And whatever, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. Point blank, period. Some of those guys that run around with the cameras, they take straight offense if you don't give them a interview. And they don't want, I better watch how I ask a question and stuff like, man, I ain't worried about none of that. I'm going to ask my questions, man. And it shouldn't offend you. Be clever with your remark. At least Broner, he be firing off at them damn reporters. You know what I'm saying? And I like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though he pulled that stunt on a couple of guys before, at least he one of the few fighters that if you criticize him and he see you, he'll fire off on you. He probably talk about you or something real bad on camera, and that should be live. And me, I ain't tripping off myself. If it's funny, I'm gonna laugh at the shit. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Andre Ward decided to take a dig at Anthony Joshua. And let me see if I can read what the dude said, man. Let me see how this works. Whoa. Let's see. Y'all see, I'm scrolling down Twitter. If y'all got a Twitter, man, go to Puncher's Chance and follow your boy, man. Just let me know who you are. I'll follow you back. I ain't tripping. Let's see, man. So much done passed by. It ain't even on that mug no more. I want y'all to see what the homie. Well, I ain't finna say the homie. I want y'all to see what Andre Ward said, and I'm gonna chop that up real quick, and then we'll go from there. Here it is, right here, right there. Right. So he says, Lennox Lewis has always been gracious to me. He's always been a phone call away and has helped me with boxing and business in more ways than people would ever know. He is one who paved the way. He will always have my respect, and I stand on this. And I just want to know, I don't know how to even take this. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, because just a minute ago he just said Fred was an opportunist. You know what I'm saying? And it just the frequency with him in his message, bro. It just kind of threw me for a loop because I'm like, dude, you were trying to steal thunder away from Deontay Wilder, number one, because that was the big fight that everybody wanted to see. They wanted to see Wilder and they wanted to see Joshua. Soon as Ruiz beat Joshua, all of a sudden on ESPN, you got Ward talking about, yeah, he did something that I was planning on doing, something that I would have done myself. It was already in the books or something like that. And I'm like, dog, why are you trying to steal that boy thunder? And why are you trying to take Sean off of Wilder? That's Wilder's division. And if you wanted to be a heavyweight, why did you retire? When he retired, I tweeted, man, because they were firing off on Andre Ward. And I tweeted, and I was like, man, only the fighters know what's going on with their body. If he want to retire, that's that man. You never know. Because he probably went to go to the doctor, and the doctor, the doctor's always frank with you, man. You need to stop fighting because I'm looking at these scans, that we did on your head, and I'm not liking what I'm seeing. You may want to call it a career. It wouldn't be the first time that's happened. I've heard that before from fighters. So that's why I ain't never too hard when a guy say he want to retire. Only he know what's going on with his body. But then you're going to come around talking about you was planning on fighting Joshua, that was probably in the books. And now Joshua coming off a defeat where he loses a unified championship and he gets into it with Lennox. Obviously, Joshua's in his feelings. It ain't like he truly dislikes Lennox Lewis. I don't think he truly dislikes him, but it's just the frequency with Lennox giving his criticism and Joshua in his feelings because he lost his title. Joshua reacted. Over time, Joshua could have been like, he called Lennox, you know what, I'm sorry, man. I was in my feelings. I lost my title. So you never know what could have happened with those two men. When two men got a issue, real men will air out their grievances. And they're both in the UK. You know what I'm saying? They could have done that. It ain't like they got to go public with the shit. But I'm like, that happens, and here goes Andre Ward want to talk about how Lennox Lewis is inspirational to him. How come you didn't say Lennox Lewis was inspirational to you outside of this? How come you didn't say that a month ago, 2 months ago, 4 months ago? Why wait until this situation happened? That's an opportunist. He just fired off at Fred for reading a headline and then jumping at it and putting out a video. He said he was doing it for likes because he was an opportunist. This was an opportunist job. Don't be a fucking hypocrite, man. I can't stand that shit, bro. I can't stand that shit. Joshua is not your fight, bro. That's not your opponent. There is nothing in the books for you and Joshua. Why are you trying to take a dig at that man while he's down? It's bad enough us fans that we do it. You know what I'm saying? You don't even fight no more. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. That's just maybe my feelings on that, bro. I didn't like that one bit, bro. Homie KP from KC say Ward is calculating. He gonna try to come back and get that work if Joshua win. Watch, and that would not surprise me one bit, bro. I'm telling you, dog. I'm starting to really think different about that guy, man. I used to think Ward was a stand-up dude, man, but he funny style, bro. He funny style. I guess he think guys not gonna pick up on that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I don't know about that cat no more. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. When you base your whole career on the moniker of son of God, and you gonna kick a man while he down, remember the moniker, nigga. Remember the moniker. You son of God. You supposed to be going over there and praying for that man. You supposed to be going over there and putting hands on him and telling him he gonna bounce back. He a true champion. Where that at? That's why I don't like you, hypocrite, bro. I don't like that shit, bro. Maybe I'm wrong, but you know what? The way I feel is the way I feel. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He could have fought Wilder. He the smallest in weight at heavy, but we never pressed him on it. Yeah, we never, because you know what? Out of respect, though. Out of respect, because Andre Ward is a great. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get that title out easily. What he did in the time that he was in this thing, he made it count. You know what I'm saying? And that meant even traveling abroad and fighting the best fighters that Europe had to offer. You know what I'm saying? At a time where Europe was producing some top-notch guys, the Arthur Abrahams, the Carl Froches, the Mikhail Kesslers. At that time, those guys was way better and way more accomplished than Ward. Ward was just coming out of the prospect, turning to contender stage, and he entered into that Super Six and won that hoe. You know what I'm talking about? I give him all the credit in the world, and that was just one phase of his career. You know, as a fighter, I mean, it's very little you can actually pick at when you're looking at his career. It's the stuff he doing as a civilian, man. I'm not feeling it, bro. Almost like he forgot what it's like to be a fighter, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn. We all done went in on Joshua, but that's what we do. We go in on fighters. We go in talking about fights because we fans and we fickle as hell. That's what we do. But at the end of the day, we cut for all the fighters. You know, I'm gonna watch Joshua when he fight again. Stop playing games, man. I'm gonna watch Joshua. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna watch it. If he win, I'm gonna give him his card. Just like any fighter that I ever criticize, which I try not to do anyway. You know what I'm talking about? But between the fighters, it's supposed to be a camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? You have no beefs in the heavyweight division. Why are you trying to create one? That ain't got nothing to do with you. You know, anybody could have said how Lennox was inspirational to him. I'm sure Andre Ward is not the only one that he reaches out to. You know, Lennox is he freely gives out the information among fighters who are competing today, including Joshua. You know, so I just thought he was calculated. You know, I thought he was an opportunist. Same shit he said Barbershop was. Same shit. He go off and do some hypocrite ass shit. You know, he might as well have just said, Josh, you a hoe. You know, I probably would have respected more. Lennox is my dog, so you a hoe for that. I would have respected that because that's really what he meant, son of God. Yeah, I did that. I went there. I don't give a damn either, man. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I saw the tweet. You know, it's from his verified account. He did that. He got something against Joshua. He called that man a model. You might as well call him a hoe. You might as well say he wears a skirt. You know, I don't know what it is about this cat that rubs Andre Ward the wrong way, honestly. But the thing about it is, it's not your beef. That's Wilder's work. You know what I'm saying? That's Wilder's work. So I can't help but to think it's a dig at Wilder. And then when you bring that up, all of a sudden he get mad that you actually considered that to be a problem. You said that. Just like when Wilder had the fight with Tyson Fury, and Andre Ward was like, man, he don't want no more of that, and then try to clean it up when Barbershop asked him about it, talking about he meant something. Stop playing, man. Stop playing games, bro. Be a man and stand tall. You said that. You supposed to say I said it. You know what? Excuse me. It's what I meant at the time. I said that. You know what I'm talking about? And I don't know. I have a hard time. Except, you know, it ain't like he need my approval. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to start fading these fights again. If he see me and he charge me up, I'll put it on tape. I don't care. Because whatever I'm saying right now, I will say in public. I'm not worried about nobody pressing me, man, at all. I'm gonna be like you. That I'm gonna press you. If you ask me about what I said, I'm gonna charge you up by what came out of your mouth, not what came out of my mouth. You said that. You know what I'm saying? You own up. You say what you really mean. Don't be trying to clean it up. Stand tall. You know what I'm talking about? And don't be getting all mad and want to solve everything with these hands and stuff like that. Because ain't no contracts, ain't no promoters, ain't no managers. We're not even finna do that. If you come at me, let me not even go there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't leaving no evidence. You know, just don't even do it. That's not a good look for you, straight up. Just call me whatever you want to call me. You know what I'm saying? I'll just take that on the chin and keep it pushing. But anyway, that just wasn't cool at all, bro. I don't even know what, man. I can't even call it, man. I can't even freaking call it, bro. Let's see. Yo, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Y'all gotta take time and stop through and check out the homie website. I'm updating it all the time. As you can see, I added a new link at the top for Lady Champs. I was inspired by Clarissa Shields with all that behind her. Ooh, good grief, she thick. To go ahead and look up all the Lady Champs because I couldn't find it on nobody else's site. I'm like, well, who the hell are the champions at that weight? You know, at any of these divisions, all I know is like Cecilia and goddamn the T-Rex, Clarissa. But yeah, this is my thing right here, man. I'm trying to do big things. I'm trying to keep up with all the news. You know what I'm talking about? You know, at some point, man, just go and show your boy Ash some love. Check it out every now and then. You know what I'm saying? I'm back out there doing my thing on this blast, you know? It is what it is, you know? Also go by facebook.com/ come out fighting. That's my mandatory defense boxing page. You know what I'm saying? My mandatory defense boxing page. Just go there and like it. You know, I just be putting articles on there. I mean, you can chop it up there too. We had some good comments, especially when I put that thing on there about Floyd. You know, somebody got to say something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, like I said, I'm not even a big Floyd guy. You know what I'm saying? But it was one of the first stories I wrote since I came back on the scene with the mandatory defense blast. And you know, they had some interesting comments on that. Ain't nobody really talked about Wilder though, because I talked about Wilder real good on that. Y'all check that story out whenever you at the crib, you got that spliff roll, you got that cold drink, and you already dealt with that woman. Read that mug, man. It was cool. It was showing Wilder a lot of love, but it was truthful too. So it ain't anyway, man. Anybody want to donate to your boy? You can catch me at Ashy Knuckles Boxing on the PayPal. A dime, a quarter, a nickel, whatever. It don't matter. It all count. You know what I'm talking about? It's all going to the sites. And I'm gonna keep trying to pump out this stuff. Keep bringing y'all content. I'm gonna be at that fight. And it's a local fight. I'm gonna be at that thing. I think the homie Stay Ready gonna be there. I'm not sure. And I'm just gonna, try to keep it pushing, man. Try to get up out there. I'm at a different place now, and I could do this. I could do this. I'm still trying to build a squad. I'm got a couple of people on the team. You know what I'm saying? Just watchers, man. Watchers. We're gonna try to branch out and do this thing. But anyway, shout out to everybody who chimed in and stepped in and watched me on my live stream. Appreciate the love. Shout out to the LDBC for showing me love daily. And shit, till the next time, I'm gonna keep pumping out the videos, bro. Straight like that. But I'm out this thing, man. Y'all be easy.